Welcome to Saving the Investor. I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. And protecting and growing your nest egg is my business. Safeguarding your financial future requires careful navigation through a sea of challenges. Stay tuned for insights that will empower you to make informed decisions and protect your retirement savings. Let's navigate these uncertain times together right here on Saving the Investor. Coming up on today's show,
fighting inflation now. A look inside your first appointment. Insights on power of attorney and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
Why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Saving the Investor. It is great to have you with us on this Sunday morning. My name is Craig Wolf, and I am here alongside certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. Alfie, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start out today by talking about inflation.
That's a nasty word.
It is. It's the I word. We have the R word for recession. We're going to talk about inflation. I guess to really begin at the beginning, what is it and what causes it?
Yeah, well, printing of money will cause it. A lot of government handouts cause it. We had COVID. That was a lot of money was printed there. A lot of money was given out. So a lot of people had money to spend. And that, started driving it up. And then we had a second stimulus money that was added back in there. We didn't need that second batch. That was almost $2 trillion. So, and if you think about it, there's a lot of people that came over that, 10 million people that came over the borders they're buying goods and services too. So they're driving up the cost for everybody also. It's not just for them, it's for everybody's paying it.
So to get into the meat of it, we want to talk about, and we'll start in a general sense, how it affects your clients' portfolios.
Yeah, so inflation is one of the things. It's almost like a tax, because if you're paying 10% more for something that you weren't paying a couple years ago, you have to make that much more money just to pay that. So it's like a hidden tax that you got to really take in consideration. So usually equities are the best really inflation fighter there is, because that's going to make more typically than what inflation is. So you have to make sure you have a portfolio that has equities, and then you have to make sure that your income is moving up with inflation. So it's not, because if you're making people that have good income right now, if that income doesn't increase, if you don't have cost of living in there, maybe a $2,000 a month is not going to give you the same buying power that it would 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when things are going to be up. So you got to make sure you have inflation fighting in your portfolio, in your whole plan, not just your portfolio, but in your retirement plan. So
you're talking about equities. You're not advising that people just start picking stocks. You have to obviously the right management in terms of getting to the right index of stocks. Are there other vehicles besides stocks that you recommend?
We use structured notes a lot of times for income.
What's that?
Well, structured note is a financial tool that usually banks will hold, financial institutions hold, but it's tied to your income is tied to how the S&P or NASDAQ is doing. So, and it gives you 30% downside protection. So the great thing about that, it pays more than CDs by a lot of times twice what a CD would pay, money markets and things like that. So people can enjoy a higher income without taking a whole lot of extra risk. And then what that does, it lets their portfolio grow with the equities, because equities, your long-term is going to be your best inflation fighter.
I know you don't have a crystal ball, but stocks have been, booming over the last couple of years. Is there a consensus about where they might go, depending on, the administration that's in place now?
Yeah. Well, what you have to look at is you don't have to look at who's in the White House. You have to look at, are people still going to be buying goods and services? And that's why the stock market really does good. They usually like a divided House and Senate, so not everybody, not one party for everything. The market's typically like that.
All right. Good way to start on this Sunday morning. Alfie, good to be with you.
You too.
Plenty more to come on Saving the Investor, so stick around.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Are you worried about inflation and how it's affecting your retirement?
Well, you're not alone. According to a recent study, 73% of Americans rank their finances as their number one stress in life.
But don't worry, there's help available. Alfie's free retirement toolkit can help you transform your worries into confidence.
Inside this toolkit, you'll find valuable resources like a guide to creating a retirement income plan, tips for saving for retirement, and strategies for protecting your retirement savings from inflation.
Plus, you'll get a copy of Alfie's new book, Making Waves in Retirement.
This free toolkit provides valuable insights like ways to transform your worries of retirement into confidence, ways to discover the weak points in your retirement plan, ways even small changes to your retirement plan can make a big difference, and how big your tax bill could be in retirement.
To get Alfie's free retirement toolkit, simply text the word KIT to 239-747-1080. That's KIT to 239-747-1080.
Don't wait and act now. This offer is only available for a limited time. Text KIT to 239-747-1080 today and start building a worry-free retirement.
One thing about being in the financial business for over 40 years, we get a lot of questions all the time, and especially us because we have a TV and radio show. So we're going to take some of these questions that are asked frequently. That means that you are wanting to know the answers, and you're going to get them today.
What are some of the most common investment mistakes people make, and how do you help your clients avoid them?
I would say some of the biggest mistakes people make is not taking taxes in consideration. Okay, how is that going to be taxed down the road? That's a mistake people make. Another mistake might be having too much in one asset class, not being diversified, but you have to look at your overall risk of what you are really, the returns you're getting for the risk that you're taking, but make sure you're taking taxes in consideration when it comes to investing, because a lot of times that will take away a lot of your returns if you don't look at that.
Up until now, I've been doing my own investing. What would be some of the benefits of working with you, Alfie, should I decide to do that?
There's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there, and sometimes they're doing very, very well. Now, the question I ask, if you're married, would your spouse be able to do what you're doing? A lot of times the answer is no. But other than that, a lot of times the do-it-yourselfers, they'll come in there and say, I was doing very well, then the market started going down, then I sold, and then I got back in it, but I was late. So what happens is this: we can run a side-by-side comparison on what you're doing and what we're doing. Now, do-it-yourselfers, I always say, is you're retired, you like doing what you're doing. If you like doing what you're doing, keep doing it. It's okay. But if we can show you a better way where you can enjoy your retirement, then we'll show you that too. So it depends on if you love doing it, but the thing that I always say is we can show you how to take the emotion out of investing. Our managers are going to do things that you're not going to do because this is your money and you're managing your own money, and you're probably making choices that we would not be making, especially when the market is volatile. So that's where the returns come from, is not making mistakes at that point. So we would do a side-by-side comparison. I think you'd be very surprised.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Are you ready to take control of your retirement and create a sound financial future? The first step is simple. Be one of the first 7 callers right now and schedule your complimentary, no risk, no obligation retirement review with Alfie and his concierge team. When you visit Alfie's office, you'll sit down and discuss your unique goals and concerns. Alfie and his team don't just talk about financial planning, they craft personalized solutions. On your first visit, you can also expect expert analysis of your current situation, risk mitigation techniques, and tax-saving strategies. And that's just for starters. In the world of financial planning, experience matters. With more than 40 years of experience, Alfie understands the needs of those who are soon to be or already retired, from investment allocation to income planning, tax strategies, and estate planning. Your retirement success plan awaits simply by taking advantage of Alfie's complimentary, no risk, no obligation retirement review. Be one of the first 7 callers right now at 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. Call now. Your future financial self will thank you.
Well, welcome to another edition of Knowledge is Power, and we have some knowledge here. We are with Jonas Weatherby, and he is an estate attorney here in Naples and Fort Myers, and we're going to talk a little bit about power of attorneys. I know there's more than, that can fall under a couple things. So can you explain who needs a power of attorney?
Sure. So I'll break it down. I guess basically there's 2 different types of power of attorney. There's a financial power of attorney. A lot of times you'll hear it called a durable power of attorney. And there's a medical power of attorney, which is usually your advanced directive for healthcare, and that entails other documents as well. Start with the financial power of attorney. So this is somebody that can pay your bills, file tax returns on your behalf if you don't have the capacity. So a lot of times you'll name your spouse.
So it's always if you're not able to do it.
It's actually immediate. It used to be, Florida law used to have it to where it was a springing power, where they couldn't act until
something springs into
action. So you lost capacity, boom, now they're sprung into that power. Now, under Florida law, actually they're effective immediately. So my wife has a power of attorney for me. She can go and sign on my bank account now, actually. So, Brittany is my wife's name. I don't have the time to do that right now. She can go do that. So very, very convenient, right? But if I don't have capacity, and so my wife, let's just say, my wife's passed, I need somebody else to step into that role that's going to help pay my bills. That's going to help, file my taxes, that kind of thing. And just know that this is a document that goes away when somebody passes. So this is, if I were to pass and my son's my next person in line there to be my power of attorney, he can't take that to the bank and say, I'm the power of attorney for my dad, I want to access a bank account. That power lapses at death. So it's just one of those documents that goes in conjunction with a will and a trust. This is a really, really important document because it's why you're alive.
Why you're alive. And so you got to be real careful who you make power of attorney. So I'm sure when you get people into your office and they're talking about power of attorney, you want to know what their relationship is. You want to know. Yeah, because that's something where
it's a lot of power.
It's a lot of power. So they can pretty much do anything with that.
I consider that person like a trustee, right? So you don't name somebody you don't trust as your trustee. It's the same kind of thought with the power of attorney. That agent is effective immediately. You can put different stopgaps in there and say, you know what, I'm going to name my wife and my attorney, so they have to agree. So that we kind of...
Can you make limited what they can do?
You can have a limited power of attorney. Yes, you can. There's a limited power of attorney and there's the durable general power of attorney. So you can do 2 separate ones if you'd like. Realize that durable general power of attorney too has estate planning powers in it too. So we call them superpowers, which lets us, amend a trust if we have to, or fund a trust. So say I don't have capacity, right? And I have this revocable trust out there that I haven't funded, right? This lets that agent actually go and fund that trust for me, or to modify that trust for me. So it's been a document over the course of my career that's helped and saved on the planning side.
So it is important, but you just have to make sure you're doing it with the right person.
That's correct.
And then you have the healthcare.
The healthcare too, yes. So the healthcare is there's 3 documents usually that entail your healthcare directives, which is your living will, your healthcare surrogate, and a HIPAA waiver letter. So the living will basically states if you don't want to be in a terminal state, end-stage condition, or vegetative state, it lets them basically pull the plug. That surrogate in the other document we name is the one that steps in and tells the doctor, yes, he didn't want to be artificially kept alive. Pull the plug, please. Right. Very, very important.
I don't think our viewers like that word, pull the plug.
Pull the plug. No, of course not. Of course not. But this is where I always tell people, but name somebody there that's not going to be sentimental.
Yeah.
Right? Name somebody there that's going to make that decision that you want made.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, my son's sentimental. Well, then name your daughter.
Yeah.
Or if my daughter's sentimental, then name your son. Right? Because you want this to be done.
That's your will.
That's your living will. And the importance of that is, I think of those things financially too, because if you, say you have a $2 million estate, right? And you come out of the hospital and you have $700,000 of debt because you stayed alive for longer, there was no need to keep you there.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden now you've limited the amount that's going to go to your children.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's
it is
very,
important.
very important document.
Yeah. So you can see it is very important to name someone that is, close to you and, like you said, a trustee of that of that person.
Absolutely.
So if you want to know more about that, you can see this is a delicate situation, but he will definitely talk to you. Jonas will talk you through it and help you name that right person. So give us a call or go to and download our white paper, and that will help you a little bit too.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
It's not uncommon for people to worry about the future, asking questions like, will my family be taken care of? Or what if I can't make decisions for myself? Well, these are valid concerns, and estate planning is the answer. It's not just for the wealthy, it's for anyone who wants to ensure that their wishes are honored and their loved ones are protected. A well-thought-out estate plan is a gift that can provide peace of mind and reduce stress for your family during challenging times. It's about leaving a legacy of love and clarity, not confusion or disputes. At the Advantage Retirement Group, we understand the importance of this gift. That's why we've created a comprehensive white paper titled The Greatest Gift: Estate Planning Essentials. This resource will guide you through the key components of estate planning, from wills and trusts to healthcare directives and tax implications, empowering you to make informed decisions for your family's future. If you're ready to give this invaluable gift to your loved ones, I encourage you to reach out today. Call 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. Or you can visit our website, savingtheinvestor.com, to get your free copy of The Greatest Gift. Let us help you create a lasting legacy that reflects your love and intentions. Don't wait. Take that first step today. Your family deserves it.
Here at our firm, what we do is every Friday it's called Friday Financial Wrap Up, and I'll do a little video and I send it out to our clients. And one of them was, we were having these hurricanes not too long ago, and they were coming it seemed like one a month there for a while. And then I was hearing, not just from our clients, but hearing around with news and everything, that people are going to start moving out of Southwest Florida because of all these hurricanes. And I said, it sort of reminds me of being in this business a long time. We do have clients that lose a spouse, and when we bring the spouse in, I explain to them, I said, listen, you lost your husband, but one of the main things is that, we put a plan together for you, but the main thing is you do not want to make any big financial decisions or any big changes for 1 year. That means sell your house, downsize, just hold off a little bit. And it's almost the same thing with the storm here, because if you have a storm and all of a sudden you're saying, I'm done, I want to move out of Florida because I can't take these hurricanes anymore. I talked to a couple clients and I told them, look, if you're in low-lying area, you might want to sell and move to a higher land. But if you're thinking about just selling because you're afraid of those storms, I wouldn't do that. I lived in Florida since the 60s. I moved here when I was a young kid in Miami, and I grew up in Miami, Tampa in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and we moved to Maryland for 20 years and came back in 2008. But I just remember all those years, we didn't have a lot of hurricanes. Okay, so I think hurricanes are in cycles. And so, if it becomes, the same thing with a portfolio, you don't want to make big changes if the market goes down. Okay, you want to have hopefully had changes in there to protect your portfolio from it all going down, but you want to have a plan in place already that you don't have to make big changes. But if something big happens in your life, just make sure that you're not making a drastic change, and I call it emotion. Same thing with retirement, with portfolios. When the markets go down, you hear, oh, I'm going to go to cash. That's the worst thing to do, because you want to take the emotion out of investing. You want to take the emotion out of hurricanes. You want to take the emotion out of making a big decision if you're not emotionally set at the time that you're going to make that choice. So I just want to give you a little bit of words of wisdom. I hope that helps you a little bit. Don't make any rash decisions right away.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Do you want to live your best retirement? Well, of course you do. The more relevant question is, are you really prepared to do that? Well, certified financial planner professional Alfie Townshend's latest book, Making Waves in Retirement, breaks down the insights he's gained in his 4 decades plus helping people just like you plan for retirement. It features real stories about real people, illustrating what they've done wrong and what they've done right. Inside, you'll find strategies to help retirees and those soon to be retired make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Whether it's battling inflation, navigating market volatility, or managing the threat of recession, these strategies may help you too. In fact, this book is essential for anybody who wants to retire with confidence. And you can have a free copy right now. Just be one of the first 5 people to text BOOK to 239-747-1080. Don't wait to get this incredible resource. Take control of your retirement today. Text BOOK to 239-747-1080 right now and get your free copy of Making Waves in Retirement.
Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townshend, our founder and president. Alfie, in your book, Making Waves in Retirement, you have some great stories about how you help people get to and through retirement. Yeah. And I think oftentimes people wonder, okay, what does that look like? What does it take to do that? And let's start at the beginning. What does actually a first appointment look like when somebody comes in and meets with you for the very first time?
A first appointment, Mary, is going to be where they come in, and the first thing, we want to make them feel very comfortable. Okay, and so when they come in, they're going to meet the team. Of course, they're going to get. We have a lot of chocolate here at the. They're going to most likely get some candy and also their coffee and water, whatever they want to drink, and then they're going to meet with David on the first appointment. Okay, and David's very, very good at doing that, because he's going to really ask questions, but he's going to ask them questions that they're not asking, that they should be asking. I'm going to say that again, because a lot of times you don't know really what questions to ask on the first appointment. So we're going to let you know, how we get paid. We're not going to hide anything. We're going to let you know how we educate our clients, how we communicate with our clients, how we do our Friday financial wrap up and send that video out about what happened in the week and what we feel is happening next week, what to look for next week. We're going to really keep our clients informed. We do a lot of other things. So we explain on that first appointment what we do here. We call sort of like the concierge. We feel like we're a concierge group, because all of us have a really defined role. And that defined role is obviously to take care of our clients. I always told people I would be a good waiter, because I would take care of my clients, and that's what we do here. We take care of our clients, and we don't put them on hold on the phone. If we don't know an answer, we will get that answer for them. But the first appointment is really gather information, find out what their goals are, and find out if we're a good fit. Number one, if we're a good fit. And then the second appointment is a very important appointment, because that's usually what we find out from the first appointment. All the information that we got, we put a sort of like a plan together and say, okay, this is where you are now. This is where you could be.
Right.
And so it's worthwhile, that first appointment.
Absolutely. You know, one of your chapters in here, you call it Finding Your True North, and that's kind of the discovery phase of meeting with you. And I think in addition to goals, values are another topic that you bring up, and understanding what do they value. Address that a little bit.
And a lot of times the value is family.
Right.
Their family, and so we address that. We, if theirs is value is family, they might want to do more traveling with their family. Pay for some trips that they thought they really couldn't afford, but they really can afford, and we let them know you can afford. So we've had clients where they've taken a week cruise with a bunch of their family members, and so I tell people it's okay to spend your money.
Right.
That's another thing that we do here. We encourage you. You worked hard for this money. And there's no reason why, if you have plenty of money and you have an income plan coming in, you're gonna not be living your money out. So we put a plan together for you, and part of the plan is, hey, spend some of this money and enjoy life, because life is short. We all know we have friends and family that pass way too early in life, so it's okay to take your family on trips. It's okay to do gifting. It's okay. We go through a lot on the first appointment, second appointments, and our clients in general.
Excellent, Alfie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And if you'd like to talk to Alfie about any of these topics, or if you'd like to get a copy of his latest book, Making Waves in Retirement, give us a call.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Saving the Investor. But creating a secure financial future for yourself and your loved ones is an ongoing journey. I know it's important to you, and that's why I'm asking you to call the number on your screen right now. If you're one of the first 7 people to reach us, you'll receive a complimentary consultation with Alfie, where he will use the insights he has gained in his 40-plus year career to review your financial plan. Today's world seems more uncertain and volatile than any time that I can remember, and your financial future is too important to leave to chance. Whether you're navigating market uncertainties, planning for retirement, or securing your family's legacy, now is the time to take action. Be one of the first 7 to call 239-747-1080 and schedule your complimentary consultation with Alfie. Take that first step now. You've got nothing to lose and quite possibly much to gain. Thanks for joining us today on Saving the Investor. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples, Alberto, Bugacci, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.